KFC, Taco Bell.
Good evening and welcome to McDonough Park. I'm Evan Carr, ready to bring you some perfect game Collegiate League baseball tonight between the visiting Jamestown Jammers and the Geneva Red Wings. Should be a good one tonight as we have the top two teams in the West Division, Jamestown coming in with a record of 6-1 and Geneva with a record of 4-2. Jamestown winners of their last five, and they also did take the first matchup between these two teams. That was back on June 3rd in Jamestown, and they won that game by a score of 8-4. The Red Wings hoping that things will be a little different this time around on their home turf, and they will send pitcher Jamison Moran to the mound. The lineup he will face for the Jammers looks like this: leading off in left field, Josh Bramall; batting second, shortstop Josh Lamb; batting third, center fielder Chase King; cleaning up the catcher Ben Lavorsi; batting fifth, third baseman Sterling Hayes; batting sixth, second baseman Rashad Stewart; batting seventh, the first baseman Brandon Nania; batting eighth, designated hitter Austin Parent; and rounding out the lineup for the Jammers is the right fielder Chris Rubottom. On the mound for the Jammers will be number 7, David Leskawa. He started the first matchup between these two teams back on June 3rd that the Jammers ultimately ended up winning 8-4. Just a perfect night for baseball here in Geneva, New York. Can't ask for better weather than this. Partly cloudy skies, a very pleasant 74 degrees, and the flag's not moving at all in center field.
Leading off for Jamestown in the top of the first inning, left fielder number 33, Josh Bramall.
So Moran has concluded his warm-up pitches. Home plate umpire Connor McKenzie looks like he's ready to go, and the first batter of the game, Josh Bramall, will dig in for the Jammers. Bramall, a native of Harrison City, Pennsylvania, has appeared in all 7 games this season for the Jammers, hitting a very respectable .276. He also has 2 doubles and 2 stolen bases. Moran from the windup, and the first pitch of the game is a called strike to Josh Bramall. Getting started a little early tonight. First pitch at 6:58. The 0-1 from Moran is taken inside for ball 1-1. This will be Moran's second appearance of the season. He started the season opener for the Red Wings at Adirondack. He earned the win in that game, going 5 innings, giving up 7 hits and 3 earned. The 1-1 is bounced in the dirt, ball 2-1. Moran, the native of Geneseo, New York, not too far from here in Geneva, and he plays his college baseball at RIT. The 2-1 to Josh Bramall, swung on and fouled back behind home plate, and the count again evens at 2-2. This past spring at RIT, Moran started 7 games, appeared in 9 overall, 2-3 with a 4.81 ERA. The 2-2 taken up high, and Bramall has worked a full count in the first at-bat of the game. The 3-2 is grounded foul sharply down the right field line, and we'll do it again. Bramall stands just 5'6", 180 pounds, and he plays his college baseball at Division I North Carolina Central. The 3-2, high and outside, and Josh Bramall has drawn a leadoff walk.
Shortstop number 2, Josh Lamb.
So one Josh passes the bat to the next, and Josh Lamb will step in. The shortstop from Nederland, Texas. Moran comes set, and the first pitch to Lamb is taken outside for ball 1. Lamb plays his college ball at University of Texas San Antonio, Division I in Conference USA. He has appeared in 5 games thus far for the Jammers, hitting only .182. The 1-0 is roped to short, a diving effort by Justin Etz. He can't come up to it. Nick Carnevale will field in left field and throw it in, and the first two batters, of the game have reached base off Jamison Moran. So that'll bring up Chase King with first and second runners, and still nobody out here in the top of the first. King, like the man before him who just singled, Josh Lamb, also plays at University of Texas San Antonio. And similarly to Lamb, he is also from Texas, from Houston, Texas, as Moran will step off. As a freshman, King, 3 doubles, 3 triples, 2 home runs for Division I UTSA. The first pitch to him is taken high and outside for ball 1. On the early season for the Jammers, King has appeared in 5 games, hitting .278. He has 5 hits, 2 runs scored, and 4 RBIs. No extra base hits, but he does have a stolen base. The 1-0. Taken for a strike, and it's 1-1. Mention King with the stolen base on the season. Jamestown likes to run. They are second in the league with 21 stolen bases. The 1-1 to King is taken just low, and it's 2-1. This is a Jamestown lineup that is hitting .266 on the season. That is good for 4th in the Perfect Game Collegiate League. Moran comes set, and the 2-1 to King. Skied in the air on the infield. Hall is calling for it, but it doesn't matter. The infield fly is in effect, and King is retired for the first out of the inning, and a big out for Jamison Moran.
Catcher number 12, Ben Levorsey. That is tonight's KFC Taco Bell strikeout player of the game.
So Ben Levorsey will step in, cleanup hitter, and also doing the catching tonight. From Minnetonka, Minnesota, plays at Division I St. Louis University. As Moran, with the big out there on the pop out, looking to get out of this jam. Still 2 guys on with just 1 out, as the first pitch to Levorsey is taken outside for ball 1. Levorsey has only appeared in 3 games thus far for the Jammers. He has 3 hits, but one of them is a home run. The 1-0. Swung on and hit high in the air down the right field line, hooking, and this ball will get out of play over by the Geneva bullpen. This season at St. Louis University as a freshman, Levorsey hit .257. He had 3 doubles, a triple, and no home runs. So he has already surpassed his spring totals in home runs with the 1 home run that he has. That came in his first appearance of the season, June 6th against Newark. The 1-1. Grounded down the first base line and foul. And a good play by the Jammers' first base coach as he snagged that one, and he'll flip it into the Red Wings dugout. So Levorsey with 1-2 count now as Moran looking to get another big out here in the top of the first. Runners go, and the pitch is fouled back by Levorsey. The 1-2 pitch, the runners were off, and they had very good jumps. But with the pitch being too close to take with 2 strikes, Levorsey took a hack, and he fouled it straight back into the netting, and will do the 1-2 pitch again. I mentioned Jamestown likes to run, and that's something Jamison Moran will have to keep his eye on tonight. They have a lot of speed in that lineup. Not so much power in early going, just 2 home runs on the young season, but they can definitely swipe a bag. Moran comes set, and the 1-2 to Levorsey. Taken just outside with the breaking ball. He tried to backdoor him just off the plate, and the count evens at 2-2. Three out of the 4 batters thus far for the Jammers have been lefties against right-hander Jamison Moran as he looks to work out of this jam. Check of the runner at second, and the 2-2. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. went to the off-speed pitch off the plate on the outside part, and that is a huge out for Jamison Moran, as there's now 2 outs. Still first and second runners for the Jammers. So Sterling Hayes will step to the plate now, the number 5 man in the order for the Jammers, and one of their hottest hitters. He is hitting .429 in the early going for Jamestown, as Moran will do an inside move to second, make sure nothing doing there with the runners, as they have already tried to take off once on him, but were called back due to a foul ball. Moran comes set, and the first pitch swung on and popped up down the right field line. Lane Powell coming over, and now Jesse Hall will call him off to make the catch. And a great job to get out of that jam by Jamison Moran, erasing the early 2 base runners. We go to the bottom of the first, still scoreless here at McDonough Park. So we go to the bottom of the first inning here at McDonough Ballpark. Still scoreless between the Jammers and the Red Wings. Leading off for the Red Wings will be center fielder Brian Knapp from Redwood City, California, and the first pitch to him is taken up high for ball 1. This will be Knapp's 5th contest of the year, hitting .267 for the Red Wings. He does have 2 doubles and a home run to go along with 5 walks on the early season. The 1-0 pitch is taken for a strike, 1-1. On the mound for the Jammers tonight will be left-hander David Leskawa, as he works in his 3rd game of the season. The 1-1 is a broken back ground ball to short. Josh Lamb comes in on it. We'll have to hurry, and he makes a good play to retire Brian Knapp at first for the first out of the bottom of the first.
Tallahassee, Florida, second baseman number 7, Jesse Hall.
So that'll bring up second baseman Jesse Hall. Hall batting .294 on the early season. He has 2 home runs to lead the Red Wings, and the first pitch to him is taken up high for ball 1. I mentioned this is Leskawa's 3rd appearance of the year. He did get the win the last time these 2 teams played back on June 3rd in Jamestown. as the 1-0 is taken inside, and it's 2-0. On June 3rd, against the Red Wings, Leskawa pitched 3 1/3, gave up 2 hits, struck out 5, did not allow a run. 2-0 is pop foul, and that'll get out of McDonough Park. Leskawa, 6 foot, 180-pound left-hander from Williamsville, New York, plays his college baseball at UMBC in the America East Conference Division I. The 2-1 is fouled back into the netting, and the count evens at 2-2. Just a perfect night for baseball here at McDonough Park. Can't stress that enough. Just absolutely perfect weather tonight. And the 2-2 pitch to Hall. Another broken bat, and again to Josh Lamb. He will field and throw on to first, and just like that, this game is starting to get expensive for Red Wings hitters as 2 batters and 2 broken bats and 2 outs as Lane Powell will step to the plate. Number 3 man in the order will be at first base tonight. Last home game, he was behind the plate, and he has played in all 6 of the Red Wings contests thus far, batting .222 with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. Those 2 doubles came last night in the Red Wings' 12-2 loss at Newark. The first pitch to him is taken inside, and it's 1-0. Powell raised his average from 133 to 222, and that's the magic of early season baseball. You can really make a dent in your stats early on as the 1-0 is taken on the outside corner for a strike, and the count's even at 1-1. The 1-1 from Leskawa is taken outside, and it's 2-1. Powell is a native of Excel, Alabama, and at Coastal Alabama Community College this past season, he hit .327 as a freshman, playing in 53 contests. The 2-1 is fouled off, and it's 2-2. Powell had 11 doubles, 5 home runs, and even added a triple for good measure as a freshman. He was also the Alabama Community College Conference Player of the Week from March 5th to 11th, where he hit .647 with 3 home runs. The 2-2 bounced in the dirt, and the count runs full 3-2. Mentioned Leskawa has been in 3 outings thus far, this being his 3rd. In addition to pitching against Geneva, he pitched opening night against Oneonta as the 3-2 is taken high and outside, and the Red Wings have a 2-out base runner as Lane Powell will draw the walk.
Designated hitter number 31, Nick Lebraska.
So David Leskawa will have to work from the stretch for the first time this evening as the Red Wings have a 2-out walk, and Nick Lebraska will come to the plate. 6'5", 245-pound designated hitter tonight, and he looks at a first pitch fastball for a strike, 0-1. As a freshman at Youngstown State this spring, Lebraska hit .277, 6 doubles, 2 home runs. And the 0-1 is swung on and missed. Snap throw back to first, and they have Powell in a rundown. The throw goes into left field, and Powell will reach second base. So catcher Ben Lavorsi tried to snap pickoff back to first base. He had Powell dead in his tracks. They got him in a rundown, but the throw from Brandon Nania sailed into left field, and just like that, the Red Wings have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs, although very unconventionally so. Nonetheless, the count 0-2 on Nick Lebraska, and here it comes. Taken high and in, and it's 1-2. Lebraska, one of the hottest hitters on the young season for the Red Wings, hitting .455 through 4 contests. He has 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. As he looks to give the Red Wings an early lead here, as now time is called by catcher Ben Lavorsi, and they will go through the signs again. So 2 outs. Lane Powell on second for the Red Wings. 1-2 count on Nick Lebraska. Laskawa comes set, checks Powell, and here it comes. Swung on and missed. Got him with the fastball. And just like that, the 2-out base runner is wasted, and we go to the top of the second, scoreless here between the Jammers and the Red Wings at McDonough Park. So we go to the top of the second inning at McDonough Park. Jamison Moran back out for his second inning of work. He worked out of a 2-on, no-out jam in the top of the first, and he will face Rashad Stewart to lead off the away half of the second inning. First pitch to Stewart is taken low and outside for ball one. Stewart has appeared in 5 games for the Jammers, hitting .294 with a double and an RBI, and he's also appeared in 2 games on the mound for the Jammers. The 1-0 is taken low for ball 2. Stewart had in 2/3 innings on the young season, but he's already 2-0, picking up wins in both relief appearances he has seen this year. 2 O's on the outside corner for a strike, 2-1. Those 2 appearances came June 4th at home against Elmira and June 7th at home against Utica. The 2-1 pop foul, and that'll get out of McDonough Park, and the count evens at 2-2. So Moran looking for a strikeout of Rashad Stewart, and the 2-2 is a breaking ball in the other batter's box, and the count will run full, 3-2. Moran looking for his second win as well. That would equal Rashad Stewart, though he's doing it in a little different fashion as a starter instead of a reliever, and the 3-2 is bounced in, and Rashad Stewart will reach with a leadoff walk.
First baseman, number 17, Brandon Nania.
So for the second consecutive inning to start the game, the Jammers have a leadoff walk, and we mentioned they love to run. We will see if there's any action with Rashad Stewart at first. Moran will assuredly have to keep him close. Brandon Nania, the first baseman, will step in now, another left-handed bat in the Jammers lineup. First pitch to him, swung on and skied down the left field line. Not sure if anyone will have room as 3 Red Wings converged. That was Nick Carnevale, Justin Edson, Jared Gillis, but they ran out of room, could not make the catch. There's a lot of foul territory here at McDonough Park, and that ball stayed in play, but no chance for either of those 3 players to get to that ball. Nania plays college baseball at Winston-Salem State, as the man who walked before him does as well, Rashad Stewart. A lot of teammates on both of these teams, as Jamison Moran will take a check at first of Rashad Stewart, and he's back in safely with a dive. Nania has played in all 7 games for the Jammers, hitting .240 with a double and 3 RBIs. He has struck out 11 times. And another pickoff throw over to first by Jamison Moran, doing a good job keeping these runners close. The 0-1, check swing, foul ball. over the Jammers dugout, and it's quickly 0-2 on Nania. Nania, as a junior at Winston-Salem State, hit 195. Did not have an extra base hit, but he had 3 RBIs and 3 stolen bases. Moran looking for a big out here. And the 0-2 swung on and popped foul out of play, and we'll do the 0-2 again. Mentioned Moran pitches at RIT, 39 in the third innings this past spring, over a strikeout an inning, as he had 42 in 39 in the third innings, and he is hunting one right now as the 0-2 is driven into the gap in left center field. Carnevale won't cut it off. It'll get to the wall. Stewart rounding third. He is being sent. The throw into the infield will be cut off, and the Jammers have a 1-0 lead on Brandon Nania's double.
Designated hitter number 3, Austin Parent.
So not quite the end result Moran was hoping for with 2 strikes there with Nania. It looked like that ball just caught a little too much of the plate. And that'll bring up Austin Parent, designated hitter. Moran comes set, and the first pitch to Parent is taken for strike 1. Parent hitting just 167 through 5 games with the Jammers, but at University of Pittsburgh Bradford Division III school, he hit 496 in 33 games this year, and that is not a typo. He was 59 for 119. As the 0-1 pitch is bounced in the dirt, that gets away from Zach Miller, and Brandon Nania will move up to third on the wild pitch. Mentioned Parent hit 496 this past season. He added 17 doubles, 3 triples, 9 home runs, and 48 RBIs. He led University of Pittsburgh Bradford in just about every offensive category, as you can probably imagine. He also set the school record for home runs, batting average, and on-base percentage, as he was on base 61% of the time, as the 1-1 is taken. Moran will have to be careful here. Parent, the 3-1 count, and here comes the pitch. Taken just off the outside corner with a fastball, and that will be a walk for Austin Parent. So not the end of the world there, as with 1 out and a guy on third, now you set up the double play by putting a very dangerous hitter on first base. We'll bring up Chris Rubottom, a right fielder, the 9-hole hitter in the order, but don't let that fool you. He's hitting 350 on the early season. Does have a double. Plays his college baseball at Wofford College from Long Beach, California. The first pitch to him, taken high and outside from Moran, and that will prompt a mound visit from Zach Miller. Just going out and trying to calm down Jamison Moran, as a few in a row have sailed out of the zone, and Miller probably telling him, you got out of a jam in the first. You can do it again here, and he is just a ground ball away from doing so. Although Rubottom does have a lot of speed, he leads the team with 6 stolen bases on the early season. 3 of those came against Geneva on June 3rd, the first and only time these 2 teams have matched up this season. Rubottom was 2 for 3 in that game, 2 runs scored, was hit by a pitch, and stole 3 bases. The 1-0 in the dirt, another good block by Zach Miller, keeping that one in front of him, really swallowing it up and keeping the runners where they are. Rubottom saw a lot of his teammates get called in the Major League Baseball draft from Wofford College. The 2-0 is taken right down the middle, and it's 2-1. Rubottom himself, as a freshman, hit .211 at Wofford this season. Only got into 11 games, but he did have a double. And, of course, he swiped a base with his outstanding speed. The 2-1 broken bat up the middle. Etz will have to come in on it. His only play is at first, and he will make it. So another run comes home. That's Brandon Nania. And Austin Parent will move up to second base as another bat is shattered in this early game. So the lineup will turn over, and Josh Bramall will have his second at-bat of the game here in the top of the second inning. 2-0 Jammers, 2 outs, and they have a man on second. That is Austin Parent. Bramall walked his first time up and was stranded as Moran did a great job working out of that early jam. First pitch to him this time around is fouled off down the left field line, and I think that hit the light stanchion in front of the Jammers bullpen. It's something you don't see every day, but no glass was shattered as it was in the movie The Natural. The 0-1 taken outside, and the count's even at 1-1. Bramall had a 5-game hitting streak to start the season. That was snapped June 7th at Utica, but he did have a hit yesterday in the Jammers' 2-1 win over Elmira as the 1-1 is taken outside. Moran looking to get himself out of another jam here. 2-1 count on Josh Bramall, 2 outs in the top of the second. 2 runs already in for the Jammers, but Moran trying to strand a third at second base. The 2-1, swing and a miss. Bramall took a very healthy hack at that one and came up empty as Moran climbed the ladder with the fastball. Bramall will dig back in. Mentioned he is one of the smaller players, at least height-wise, in the Perfect Game Collegiate League, listed at 5'6". The 2-2 runner goes, and the pitch is fouled off and out of play. Austin Parent looked like he got a decent jump at second, but pitch too close to take with 2 strikes, and he will retreat back to second base as the Jammers, staying true to the scouting report and running just about every chance they can get. They have speed up and down this lineup. Moran comes set, and the 2-2 to Bramall. Grounded to short. Etz will come in a step, set his feet, and make the throw. A good pick over at first base by Lane Powell. And that will be the second out of the inning. Apologize if I said there were 2 already, but now there are 2 outs. And 1 Josh to the next. Josh Lamb will dig in here with a runner on third now. Austin Parent moving up on that ground out. Lamb had a single in his first at-bat, and the first pitch from Moran taken just off the outside corner. 1-0. Josh Lamb, with his hit in the first inning, has extended his hitting streak to a modest 3 games. As the 1-0 is taken, that one did catch the outside corner, and the count evens at 1-1. Lamb was one of 2 runners stranded in the first inning by Moran, and Moran looking to strand another at third base here. The 1-1, good breaking ball, and I got to be honest, I'm not quite sure where that one missed, but in any event, count goes to 2-1. Looked like almost the umpire was even fooled by that one. A great breaking ball by Moran, just missing somewhere. And the 2-1 pitch, that one not missing, as Lamb doesn't know about that call. But in any event, count evens, 2-2. Moran set, and the 2-2 pitch, chopped foul, and we'll do the 2-2 again. Moran getting in on the hands of Lamb. Surprised we didn't see a 4th broken bat there, as that one was just fisted down the third base line. Moran peering in for the sign. He has it, comes set, and the 2-2 outside. Tried to go to the outside again with the breaking ball. Lamb looked like he wanted to offer for a second, but laid off. Good eye there by Lamb. Runs the count full to 3-2. Moran with a check of the runner comes set, and here's the 3-2, and it's going outside. And Josh Lamb has a 2-out walk. So Moran's 3rd walk of the inning will prompt a mound visit here, as looking to just calm the nerves here, as he has thrown a lot of pitches this inning, but is just one pitch away from getting out of it with limited damage. As I said, there are 2 runs already in for the Jammers, but getting out of this inning with only 2 wouldn't be the end of the world for the Red Wings. So home plate umpire Curtis McKenzie will take a stroll out to the mound to break up this conference. He only makes it about 45 feet, and he will turn back around as the mound visit was broken up on its own. He will walk back to the plate, put the mask on, and we will get back to action as Chase King will come to the plate. Runners on the corners for the Jammers, 2 outs in the top of the second as the Jammers lead 2-0. King popped out with 2 guys on in the first, and Moran hoping that he can get King to strand 2 more runners here in the second. First pitch is taken outside, a snap throw down to third as Zach Miller tried to catch Austin Parent sleeping, and Jared Gillis had to make a nice play to keep that one from going into left field. Count 1-0 on Chase King, and here it comes. Take a strike. Count evens at 1-1. King doesn't agree with the call as he gives a shake of the head. Either that or he was upset that he didn't swing at it. King, like the man who walked before him, plays at UTSA, hitting .278 on the season, as the 1-1 is taken just inside, and it's 2-1. Moran peering in, he will do a quick check of the runners, and the 2-1 is fouled off, and that will get out of McDonough Park, and more importantly, even the count at 2-2. Moran working very hard and very quickly to try to get out of this jam. Moran comes set, and before he can deliver the pitch, the runner takes off from first. Now the runner breaks from third. The throw to the plate, and he is out. The Jammers tried the old double steal, trying to catch the Red Wings napping, but I believe it was Jesse Hall threw a bullet to the plate to cut down Austin Parent, and just like that, the Jammers run themselves out of a rally. We go to the bottom of the second, 2-0 Jammers here on Red Wings TV. So we go to the bottom of the second here at McDonough Park, 2-0 Jammers on top of the Red Wings. And Jared Gillis will lead off against David Leskawa. The first pitch to Gillis is a breaking ball taken for strike one. Gillis started off the season red hot, going 4 for 6 in the Red Wings opener against Adirondack, and he has stayed hot, hitting .438 on the season as the 101 is taken low, and it's 1-1. Leskawa starting Gillis off with 2 breaking balls. The 1-1 is way outside as that one sails all the way to the backstop, and it's 2-1 on Gillis, who plays his college baseball at Division I Delaware State. Leskawa from the windup, and the 2-1 taken up high, 3-1. 6'1", 195-pound Jared Gillis, batting .438, 7 hits, a double, and an RBI. And the 3-1 is taken on the inside corner, and it's now a full count, 3-2. Gillis looking to provide a spark here in the bottom of the second, try to put a dent in that lead the Jammers just got, and indeed he will reach as the 3-2 is taken outside for ball 4, and the Red Wings have a leadoff runner.
Number 6, Nick Carvelli.
So that'll bring up Nick Carnevale from Lyndhurst, New Jersey, hitting .429 on the early season. He takes a healthy hack at the first offering from Leskawa, but comes up empty, and it's 0-1. Carnevale, I mentioned hitting .429, just a tad higher than the .389 he hit at Brookdale Community College, as the 0-1 is not thrown as a pickoff throw first, and Jared Gillis was leaning a little bit, but in any event, he is back in safe with a dive. Leskawa looks like he has a very deceptive move, as most lefties do. Swung on and driven into left field, but Kang, the center fielder, coming over, and he will make the catch for out number 1 as Carnevale is retired on a fly out to center field.
Pennsylvania, catcher number 18, Zach Miller.
So that'll bring up Zach Miller. He is doing the catching tonight, and he has already been busy behind the plate with runners going and pitches in the dirt. He has done a very good job back there in the early going of this one. First pitch to him from Leskawa is taken inside, backs him off the plate. Has to do a little dance to get out of the way of that one, and now he will walk around behind home plate umpire Connor McKenzie and dig back into the right-handed batter's box. Just the third game of the season for Miller, hitting .286, as he does have a double and a home run. The 1-0 outside, and Miller is in the driver's seat with a 2-0 count. Miller plays at Division I University of Delaware, and he started 38 games as a freshman. Got into 41 overall, just hit 192, but nonetheless very impressive for a freshman. The 2-0 is taken high and outside, and 3-0 on the catcher from Lincoln University, Pennsylvania. Leskawa has a sign, most likely a fastball. And the 3-0 taken right down the middle. Miller took a step towards first, maybe trying to draw the call there from home plate umpire Connor McKenzie, but he threw up the right arm, and it's 3-1. Leskawa coming set at the letters. A quick check on Gillis at first, and now he will make a move to first as Gillis read that one like a book, and he's back in standing up. Leskawa does have a deceptive move to first, varying his looks between first base and the plate, but Gillis not biting. And the 3-1 is pop foul out of play, and the count's full, 3-2. So with a full count and 1 out here, we will see if Jared Gillis will be off at first base. He has not attempted a stolen base on the young season. And the 3-2, he is going. Pitch is grounded through the hole at second. A perfect job of hitting by Zach Miller, as Gillis will get all the way to third base. And you can't draw it up any better than that. Gillis took off from first. Second baseman Rashad Stewart broke to cover the bag. And Zach Miller hit it through the hole. You could have driven an 18-wheeler through that hole, and a perfectly placed single has runners on the corners with just one out for the Red Wings here in the bottom of the second. And now a mound visit from the Jamestown Jammers as Leskawa is in his first jam of the night. So home plate umpire Connor McKenzie again walks out to break up a mound conference and again has to turn around before he actually gets to the mound. At least he's getting some exercise today, I guess. He's probably not too happy every time he walks out there. He has to turn right back around. But in any event, he will settle back in behind the plate, and we are ready to go again with shortstop Justin Etz coming up with the runners on the corners and one out for the Red Wings. The native of Poughkeepsie, New York, awaits the first pitch, and it's fouled off. A check swing foul ball by Etz, sent just over the Red Wings dugout. This is the fifth game of the season for Justin Etz, hitting 188. He does have a stolen base. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Snap throw down to first, and Miller is in easily as the count is quickly 0-2 on Justin Etz, who plays at NJIT Division I in the Atlantic Sun Conference. Leskawa comes set. Quick check of the runners, and the 0-2 is taken outside. Pretty much the same location as the pitch before it, but this time Etz not biting, and the count's 1-2. Have to laugh when we talk about Justin Etz. Not quite sure what his weight is. He's 5'10", listed at 155 on the Red Wings website and 180 on his school's website. 1-2 taken off the outside corner, 1-2. So that's not exactly a 155 to 160 difference. That's a sizable difference. Leskawa comes set, and the 2-2 to Etz. Swung on and fouled off. Pretty much right in front of our faces here in the press box. Give our camera a shake, give a quick check of it, and yep, it's still up there. Not really too sure here. We don't have a real good place to put the camera here. We kind of attach it to the net and just hope for the best. The 2-2 to Etz. Check swing and taken low as a good take there by Etz. Leskawa tried to get him to bite on a 2-2 breaking ball, and Etz watched it the whole way. Leskawa set in the 3-2. Fouled off, and that one will get out of play, so we'll do the 3-2 all over again. Etz, as a junior at NJIT, hit 272, 10 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. He also stole 9 bases, so he does have some good wheels. The 3-2 from Leskawa. Fouled off again, and Etz doing a good job to spoil pitch after pitch from David Leskawa. He is not giving in this at-bat. Mention Etz, just 3 hits on the year, but they have come in his last 3 games as he has a modest 3-game hitting streak. The 3-2 runner goes, and the pitch is chopped foul off the fence of the dugout in front of the Jamestown Jammers. Etz has hits against Jamestown. The 3-2 from Leskawa. Taken high and outside, and the bases are loaded on a 1-out walk to Justin Etz.
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the right fielder, number 21, Trustin Riley.
So Trustin Riley now with a great opportunity to get his first RBI or RBIs of the season as he bats with the bases loaded. Still just 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Jamestown leading 2-0, but Geneva looking to either cut into or erase that completely right here, as Trustin Riley, the native of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, will step in. Left-handed batter against left-handed pitcher. Riley hitting .222 on the young season, as Ben Lavorsi went out to have a quick chat with his pitcher, and he is back, and we are set to go again, as Laskawa comes set, and the first delivery is a strike. There was a little question on the field if Riley went around on that. If he hit it, I think it would have went over the fence. He went pretty much all the way around, but home plate umpire Connor McKenzie didn't see it. But in any event, it is 0-1 on Riley. 0-1 is taken outside, and the count evens at 1-1. Trustin Riley in 2018, University of Tampa, hit .270. 3 doubles, 2 home runs, and he could use one of either of those right now. The 1-1 is fouled off and into the patio above the Jamestown Jammers dugout. A couple fans sitting up there initially dodged it to get out of the way. Now they will pick up the ball and toss it back onto the field. So 1-2 on Trustin Riley. Base is loaded with Red Wings. Bottom of the second, 1 out. The 1-2 from Laskawa to Riley. Taken, strike 3. Got him on a breaking ball. And Riley goes down looking for out number 2.
Redwood City, California, the center fielder, number 14, Brian Knapp.
So that'll bring up Brian Knapp, second consecutive left-handed batter for the Red Wings, and second consecutive mound visit by catcher Ben Lavorsi as he goes out to maybe talk about the game plan, how they'll go about retiring Brian Knapp. Knapp was retired in his first at-bat on a ground out to short. He broke his bat. First pitch to Knapp. Taken for a strike, and it's 0-1. Knapp has 2 doubles and a home run on the young season. His last double coming in the latest game he played, June 5th at home against the Newark Pilots. And one of those right now would be huge for the Red Wings. Knapp plays at Pomona-Pitzer College, Division III in California. The 0-1 taken off the plate, and the count evens at 1-1. In the spring of 2018 at Pomona-Pitzer, Brian Knapp hit .339, 10 doubles, 1 triple, and 8 home runs. He awaits the 1-1, and here it comes. Swung on and driven into right field. Chris Rubottom initially broke back, now comes in on the ball, and he will make the catch. So the Red Wings leave the bases loaded, and we move to the top of the third inning, 2-0 Jammers here at McDonough Park. So we go to the top of the third here at McDonough Park, 2-0 Jamestown, as Chase Kang will lead off the third. He was up to bat in the top of the second when Jamestown attempted a double steal, resulting in Austin Parent being thrown out at the plate. And Kang will now come up to lead off the third. First pitch from Jamison Moran is swung on and fouled back into the netting, and it's 0-1. So Kang, in his first at-bat, popped out to short, helped play a role and get Moran out of a jam, and then the Jammers got themselves out of a jam in the top of the third as the 0-1 is taken high and outside for ball one. Moran looking to settle in here in the third inning as he deals to Kang. The 1-1 is swung on and driven to center field. Knapp going back a few steps, and he camps under it, and he will make the catch for the first out of the inning.
Catcher number 12, Ben Lavorsi.
So that'll bring up Ben Lavorsi, the catcher and cleanup batter in the Jamestown lineup. Was a strikeout victim for out number 2 in the first inning. First pitch is taken outside. Lavorsi plays at St. Louis University, Division I school, and as a freshman, he saw action in 23 games. As the 1-0 is fouled off right at home plate, looked like it got a piece of home plate umpire Connor McKenzie as he takes a walk out to meet Jamison Moran and give him a new baseball and hopefully walk off that stinger. So the count 1-1 on Ben Lavorsi. I mentioned he got into 23 games with St. Louis. Hit .257, 3 doubles and a triple. The 1-1 pitch, good breaking ball by Moran. Missed, must have been just outside. And the count's 2-1. The 2-1 from Moran. Taken on the outside corner. Lavorsi gives a little shake of the head, but a perfect pitch by Moran evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here it comes from Moran. Taken outside, and the count runs full, 3-2. Mentioned Moran was in 9 games with RIT this past season, 2-3 with a 4.81. He had a very good sophomore campaign going 6-0 with a save in 12 appearances, and 3-2 to Lavorsi is taken outside for ball 4. And Jamestown has a 1-out base runner.
Third baseman number 10, Sterling Hayes.
So I'll bring up Sterling Hayes. And the first pitch is taken high and inside, brushes Hayes back off the plate as he does a little pirouette at home plate. Hayes, one of the few just recently graduated high school seniors on these teams, but don't for a second think that he can't hang in this league, as he is signed to Division I Vanderbilt in the SEC, one of the best baseball schools in the entire country. 1-0 is driven to center, Knapp coming in, and he won't be able to get it. It bounces in front of him for a base hit, and the Jammers have runners on first and second with 1 out here in the top of the third.
Second baseman number 5, Rashad Stewart.
So Rashad Stewart will step to the plate now as Moran looking to get out of another jam here. And again, he's just 1 pitch away, a ground ball. Could do it, as Jammers have first and second with just 1 out. First pitch to Stewart is taken low and outside, ball 1. First time up, Stewart walked and eventually came around to score the first run of the game on Brandon Nania's double to left center field. The 1-0 to Stewart is taken just off the outside corner, and the count's 2-0. Connor McKenzie was the home plate umpire last home game here at McDonough Park when Geneva took on Elmira, and I remember making a remark that he did not give the outside corner very much, and he has stayed consistent with that tonight as the 2-0 is taken down low, and it's 3-0 on Stewart. All the players want is consistency, and home plate umpire Connor McKenzie, I suppose, gives that, as doesn't like to call the outside corner very much. The 3-0 to Stewart is taken right down the middle, and it's 3-1. Mentioned the breakout sophomore season for Moran, where he went 6-0. As the 3-1 is on its way, and it is ripped up the middle for a base hit. Knapp coming on, and the runner being sent around third. There will be no play at home, and the Jammers lead 3-0 on an RBI single by Rashad Stewart.
First baseman, number 17.
Down. And he comes up with runners on first and second and 1 out here in the top of the third. 3-0 Jammers here at McDonough Park. Moran comes set, and the first pitch swung on and hit into left field. This will get down for a base hit, and we'll get into the gap as Carnevale comes over to cut it off. The throw goes into short, as that will keep Nani at first. He thought about going to second, but Stewart gets to third, and Sterling Hayes comes around to score, and it's an RBI single for Brandon Nania, and it's 4-0 Jamestown here in the top of the third. So Austin Parent will come to the plate now. He walked back in the second and was thrown out as part of a double steal that ended a rally back in the second inning. Mentioned his outstanding stats at .496 this past spring as he takes a first pitch fastball outside for ball 1. You hate to harp and repeat yourself with stats, but it's hard not to when a guy hits almost 500 for an entire season. The 1-0 is fouled off, and the count evens at 1-1. Parent was Rawlings ABCA All-America First Team, D3 Baseball All-America First Team, and pretty much every other award you can think of as well. And it's hard not to when a valuable position like catcher, and he can swing it as well. The 1-1 is taken on the outside corner. That time, Connor McKenzie did give the call, and it's 1-2 on Parent, who didn't agree with the call, but nonetheless, it's 1-2. Moran comes set, and here's the 1-2. Swung on and foul tipped. He struck him out as Zach Miller hangs on to that foul tip off the fastball. And again, Jameson Moran just a pitch away from getting out of another jam. And the first pitch to him is swung on and fouled off. Out of the Rubottom grounded out. Moran with the 0-1. Call 2. And looking for another strikeout. He just set Austin Parent down at quickly 0-2 on Rubottom as the pitch is grounded to first. Lane Powell knocks it down, and he will take it himself. So Jamestown scores 2, but they also strand 2. We go to the bottom of the third. 4-0 Jammers at McDonough Park. So we go to the bottom of the third here at McDonough Park, 4-0 Jamestown. David Leskawa back on the mound for the Jammers, and he will face the number 2 batter in the ring in doing so. Sky to right field, but that is hooking, and it'll get out of play. On the early season, Jesse Hall leads the Red Wings in 3 categories. Those would be runs with 7, home runs with 2, and RBIs with 4. The 1-1 pitch, high and outside, ball 2, 2-1. Hall by himself has as many home runs as the entire Jamestown Jammers lineup does. The 2-1. Skied into shallow center. Kang coming on, and he'll for the first out of the inning.
From Excel, Alabama, first baseman number 12, Lane Powell.
So that'll bring Lane Powell to the plate with 1 out in the bottom of the third inning. Powell appearing in his 7th game for the Red Wings, and they have only played 7 games. First pitch to him is bounced off the plate for ball 1, 1-0. Powell walked back in the first inning, but didn't first base. The 1-0 is fouled off into the netting, and the count evens at 1-1. Powell, native of Excel, Alabama, 5'11", 210-pound frame. And the 1-1 to him is bounced in the dirt, 2-1. Powell with 2 doubles. On the early season, those both came last night, as he had arguably his best game of the season, going 2 for 3. That matched the 2 for 3 mark he had on opening day. As he grounds one to second, Rashad Stewart coming on, he fields and makes the play for out number 2.
From Du Bois, Pennsylvania, designated hitter number 31, Nick Lebraska.
So that'll bring up Nick Lebraska, looking to do some damage with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. He was a strikeout victim his first time at bat, ending the first inning. Lebraska came in today hitting .455, and there's no doubt he can handle a bat as he takes the first pitch for ball 1. In high school, Lebraska was ranked the 36th overall prospect and the 3rd overall first baseman in the state of Pennsylvania by Perfect Game USA, as the 1-0 is swung on and missed, and that evens the count at 1-1. As a freshman at Youngstown State, he had .277. And you have to think he will get into more than the 32 games he got into this past season. 1-1 is swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. Leskawa working very quickly, looking for his first clean inning of the night, as he deals a 1-2 with 2 outs to Nick Lebraska. Check swing, and he did not go, says first base umpire Leo Cintron, as that was a breaking ball that bounced right on home plate. Lebraska started to swing, but held up, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch, grounded through the hole at short, and Nick Lebraska has himself a 2-out base hit.
From Smyrna, Delaware, the 3rd baseman number 9, Jared Gillis.
So Jared Gillis will walk to the plate now. 6'1", 195-pound right-handed batter looking to keep the 2-out rally going. Gillis walked back in the second inning, but was stranded at third. First pitch to him is taken outside for ball 1. Gillis coming into this game with hits in 3 of his first 4 games played, and a nice .438 batting average on the young season. The 1-0 is in the dirt, and it's 2-0. As the Red Wings look to get something brewing here with 2 outs. They had the 2-out base hit just a moment ago by Nick Lebraska, and now Jared Gillis is ahead 2-0. And here it comes. Bounced in the dirt again, and it's 3-0 to the third baseman who plays at Delaware State. Leskawa looks a little less comfortable in the stretch than the windup today, but he hasn't had to be in the stretch very often. The 3-0 is taken on the outside corner, and it's 3-1. 4-0 Jammers, bottom of the third. 3-1 count, 2 outs to Jared Gillis as Nick Lebraska leads off first. Quick check of the runner, and the 3-2 is taken for strike 2, and the count's full. So that'll give Nick Lebraska a head start at first base, but he has to be careful because Leskawa does have a very good move to first. But now Nania will move back, play behind the runner, and the pitch is skied into center. Kang going back, and he'll make the catch for the third out of the inning. So the Red Wings strand a runner. We go to the top of the fourth, 4-0 Jamestown on Red Wings TV. So we go to the top of the fourth here at McDonough Park. Jameson Moran back on the mound for his fourth inning of work, and he will face 1, 2, and 3 in the Jamestown Jammers lineup. Josh Bramall will lead it off. Bramall is 0 for 1 on the day, grounded out to short in the second, and walked back in the first. First pitch from Moran. He's taken low and outside, ball 1. Bramall has played in every game for the Jammers. He does lead the squad in hits with 8 and RBIs with 6. The 1-0 staying for a strike, and it's 1-1. Not often you see the leadoff man leading the team in RBIs, but you have to think he hasn't been there all season, or if he has, he's been very fortunate. The 1-1 is skied to center. Brian Knapp coming in, calls off Justin Etz, and he will make the catch in shallow center field for out number 1.
Shortstop, number 2, Josh Lamb.
So 1 out in the top of the fourth, and that'll bring up shortstop Josh Lamb, who singled in the first and walked in the second. First pitch from Moran. Swung on and grounded to short. Etz comes in, gets the hop, and makes a strong throw to first, and there are quickly 2 away for Moran in the top of the fourth.
Center fielder, number 13, Chase King.
So 2 outs, top of the fourth, and Chase King will come up. We'll see if he might want to take a couple pitches, give his pitcher, David Leskawa, a little bit of a breather, but now we're going to have a chat with Kang and his third base coach as a little bit of gamesmanship here by the Jammers. Not sure what advice Kang is getting right now other than maybe trying to slow the game down, give his starting pitcher, Leskawa, a little bit of time to take a breath in the dugout as there have been 2 quick outs for the Jammers in the top of the fourth. Ultimately, Kang will dig in, and the first pitch to him by Moran is taken outside for ball 1. The 1-0 from Moran fouled off, and that will get out of the stadium. Mentioned Moran had a stellar junior season with RIT, held opponents to just a .202 batting average, which led the team and all Liberty League pitchers. He had the 17th best whip nationally, as the 1-1 is taken for ball 2-1. He had the 28th best ERA in all of Division III and only allowed 6.51 hits over 9 innings, which ranked him 41st nationally, as the 2-1 is skied into shallow right. Jesse Hall going out on the outfield grass, and he will make the catch for the third out of the inning. So a clean inning for Jamison Moran, and we go to the bottom of the fourth here at McDonough Park, 4-0 Jamestown. So we go to the bottom of the fourth at McDonough Park. Jamestown leading 4-0, and we are glad you can make us a part of your Saturday evening here. As getting some texts from my dad. He is tuned in Binghamton, New York, and we have some family in Connecticut also tuned in. Wherever you may be, we thank you for tuning in to Red Wings TV, and we hope the Red Wings can pay you back with a little bit of a rally here in the bottom of the fourth, as Nick Carnevale will lead off. He'll face starter David Leskawa, who did not get much rest in the top of the fourth, as the Jammers were retired rather quickly. First pitch to Carnevale is taken on the outside corner for strike one. And the 0-1 high, 1-1. Carnevale coming into today with a .429 average on the young season. He flew out to center in the second inning. The 1-1 from Leskawa is taken just off the outside corner, and it's 2-1. Carnevale with 2 doubles on the young season. Those came in his first 2 games of the season, June 1st and 3rd, as the 2-1 is taken right down Broadway for strike 2, 2-2. Carnevale opened the season with a pair of 2-hit games, going 2 for 4 on June 1st and 2 for 5 against these Jamestown Jammers on June 3rd, as the 2-2 is fouled out of the ballpark. Against the Jammers on June 3rd, Carnevale was 2 for 5 in the 8-4 Red Wings loss. He added the double, and he struck out once. The 2-2 fought off foul yet again, and Carnevale doing a good job to spoil some good pitches from David Leskawa. From the windup, the 2-2 taken up high, and Carnevale has worked himself a full count to lead off the bottom of the fourth. On deck will be catcher Zach Miller, who is 1 for 1 on the day. The 3-2 to Carnevale. Hit into center. Coming on is King, and he will not get it. He has to play it on a hop. So a leadoff single for Nick Carnevale after a very good at-bat, spoiling some pitches from David Leskawa. And the Red Wings have a leadoff base runner in the bottom of the fourth. So Zach Miller will dig in, a right-handed batter, 6'1", 205 pounds, from Lincoln University, Pennsylvania. Plays his college baseball at University of Delaware, Division I school. So Carnivale with the leadoff single, he is off first. First pitch to Miller is low and inside, and it's 1-0. I mentioned Miller singled back in the second inning, but did not get past second base. Liscawa from the stretch, Carnivale, and he will deliver the 1-0. Taken on the outside corner, snap throw down to first by catcher Ben Lavorsi, but the tag by Brandon Nania not close to being in time as Carnivale dives back in safely. Lavorsi has been known, at least so far in this game, to be making snap throws to the bases. And now the pickoff throw to first, Carnivale was leaning and just back in safely, says first base umpire Leo Cintron. First baseman Brandon Nania thought he may have had him picked off. And Liscawa has been showcasing that very good move, really limiting the run game here for the Red Wings. The 1-1 to Miller swung on and missed. Good breaking ball. And the count is 1-2 on catcher Zach Miller. We mentioned Jamestown's second in the league with 21 stolen bases when they are on offense, but they do a very good job limiting stolen bases against them as well. The 1-2 from Liscawa. Swung on and missed. Good breaking ball from Liscawa, and Zach Miller goes down swinging for out number 1.
Shortstop, number 1, Justin Etz.
So I'll bring up Justin Etz with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Nick Carnivale still on first base. And Etz will dig in for his second at-bat of the game. Carnivale goes from first on the first pitch. Pitches a strike, thrown out to second. Almost took out pitcher David Liscawa, as that throw from Ben Lavorsi was very low. Liscawa had to throw himself on the ground just to avoid being hit by that throw, and Carnivale is in with a stolen base rather easily. So I talk about how Jamestown likes to limit the running game, and just like that, they make me look foolish by giving up a stolen base to Nick Carnivale. And the Red Wings have a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the 4th with just 1 out. And number 8-man shortstop, Justin Etz, at the plate. He walked back in the second inning. Liscawa with a long look in. Has his sign and comes set. And the 0-1 is taken low. And the count evens at 1-1. Justin Etz playing in his 5th game of the season. Only 3 hits, but he does have a 3-game hitting streak. Hit .272 as a junior at Division I NJIT. The 1-1. Taken low and inside. And the count runs in his favor, 2-1. Etz was an Atlantic Sun Conference second-team honoree. Started all 47 games at shortstop. The 2-1. Grounded to short. Carnivale has to hold as a high hop. Lamb picks it and will make the throw to first, as that one took very high hop as Lamb had to leap up to pick that one. Carnivale unable to advance, and there's 2 outs for Trustin Riley. So Carnivale, with the leadoff single, moved up to second on the stolen base, and Trustin Riley looking to knock him in with 2 outs. First pitch to him is taken inside for ball 1, 1-0. Riley still looking for his first RBI of the season, and this is a good opportunity for that. The 1-0 is rip foul down the third base line. Jamestown Jammers players reaching over the fence to try to field that foul ball, but none of them could. And one of them has to walk out onto the field to pick that one up, as the count evens at 1-1. Liscawa peering in. Now he nods his head in agreement with Ben Lavorsi. The 1-1 pitch is a breaking ball taken for strike 2. And the count's 1-2 to Trustin Riley from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Well, Lavorsi hasn't been shy about throwing that breaking ball in just about any count tonight. He has good command of it. And we'll see if he goes back to it here with 2 strikes. 1-2 count with 2 outs on Trustin Riley. And the pitch taken just outside. And the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Riley with the University of Tampa at .270 this past season with 3 doubles and 2 home runs. The 2-2 runner goes. The pitch is fouled off as Carnevale looked like he had Lascawa timed up pretty well there. Lascawa gave him a look, turned back to home, and Carnevale took off without hesitation. And he had a tremendous jump. You got to think any ball that was hit to the outfield would have scored him rather easily there, but Riley fighting off the tough 2-strike pitch to stay alive. Lascawa motions his glove as if to say he wants the signs over again from catcher Ben Lavorsi, and now as Trustin Riley thinks they're taking a little too long. Riley, big left-handed batter, will dig back in, lefty-on-lefty matchup here in the bottom of the 4th with 2 outs. Lascawa comes set, checks the runner, and the 2-2 is on the outside corner. Called strike 3. So the Red Wings strand a runner at second base, and we go to the top of the 5th, 4-0 Jamestown here at McDonough Park. So we go to the top of the 5th inning here at McDonough Park. Jamestown hanging on to a 4-0 lead as cleanup man Ben Lavorsi will lead off the road half of the 5th frame. Jamison Moran back out on the mound looking for a repeat of last inning where he faced the minimum, getting a flyout, groundout, and strikeout. Flyout, groundout, and popout as the first pitch to Ben Lavorsi is fouled off, and that will get out of the stadium. Moran from the windup, and the 0-1 is taken just inside. Lavorsi jumping back, but I don't think it was all close to hitting him. Maybe just trying to sell the call as the count evens 1-1. Moran from the one, and that ball is ripped into right field. Trustin Riley going back, and he will make the catch a few steps in front of the warning track as momentum will carry himself into the wall. And a hard hit ball, but no harm done as there's 1 out here.
Third baseman, number 10, Sterling Hayes.
So Moran has retired the last 6 he has faced, and Sterling Hayes will come to the plate with 1 out in the top of the 5th. Moran really settling in after the first 2 innings. A little rough going, but looks like he has come down as the first pitch to Hayes is taken with a fastball inside for ball 1. Hayes popped out and singled in his first 2 at-bats. This one is skied to right field. It will get down in foul territory as Riley made a long run at that ball, but no chance as that one bounced well into foul territory. Hayes, recent high school graduate, and he will be playing at Vanderbilt University. From La Jolla, California, the 1-1 is grounded foul down the third base line, so Hayes spraying foul balls, and it's 2-2. time called at the plate by Sterling Hayes. And now he'll touch the plate twice with his bat. Get down for a base hit. Nick Carnevale going down to a knee to keep that one in front of him. And the Jammers have a one-out hit, the second of the game by Sterling Hayes. Runner, Sterling Hayes at first base at Winston-Salem State Division II school. As that one is broken bat in center. Going out is Justin Etz, and he will make the catch. That bat absolutely just shattered into two. The barrel going flying to the infield dirt. So it looked scary, but a routine pop-up, and Justin Etz step to the plate now for the Jammers. He is 2-2 on the day. He has doubled and singled, those coming in the second and third inning, respectively. As Moran looking for another clean inning, as he had a very good fourth, looking to throw another scoreless fifth. First pitch inside with a fastball for ball one. Nani, another one of the Jammers who has played in every game thus far from Export, came into the game hitting 240, and that is higher. The 1-0 is low, runner going, and they're going to call batter's interference on Brandon Nania, and the runner is out. So Sterling Hayes took off on the pitch. The pitch was low and inside. Nania leaned out over the plate, and home plate umpire, he impeded Zach Miller's throw to second. So just like that, the top of the fifth has come to an end. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth. 4-0 Jammers on Red Wings TV. So we go to the bottom of the fifth inning here at McDonough Park. New pitcher on the mound for Jamestown will be number 32, right-hander Connor Ryan. Who face the top of the order as Brian Knapp will lead it off. The center fielder 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch is taken low for ball 1. Knapp grounded out in the first and flew out to right in the second. The 1-0 from Ryan is taken for a strike, 1-1. Ryan, the right-hander, attends Mercyhurst University as he works to Brian Knapp. 1-1 is driven deep into right field. Chris Rubottom going back, looking up, and that ball's gone. A solo home run for Brian Knapp welcomes Connor Ryan to the game, and just like that, the Red Wings are on the board as they trail 4-1 in the bottom of the 5th. So Connor Ryan is rudely welcomed to the game with a home run from Brian Knapp, and now he will face Jesse Hall, also 0 for 2 so far on the day, as he takes a first pitch breaking ball on the outside corner. Hall grounded to short in the first and flew to center in the third. The 1-0 is taken high and outside, and the count evens at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is roped into left field, but right at the left fielder, Josh Bramall. He didn't have to move hardly at all to catch that one, but definitely one of the hardest hit balls of the night. Goes for naught in the case of Jesse Hall, and there's one out in the bottom of the 5th. We'll bring up first baseman Lane Powell. He walked in the first and grounded to second in the third. First pitch from Connor Ryan is taken for a strike, 0-1. So 2 hard-hit balls for the Red Wings, one of them leaving the ballpark and one of them going into the mid of Josh Bramall to start the home half of the 5th. And the 0-1 to Lane Powell is taken on the outside corner. And Red Wings dugout not so sure about that call, as Connor McKenzie hasn't been giving much on the outside today, but he gave that one. And it's 0-2 on Powell. From the windup, the pitch from Connor Ryan, taken up high, tried to climb the ladder with the fastball, but Powell doing a good job not to bite. Ryan came into this game 1-0 in one game. He has a 5.4 ERA, pitched June 6th at Newark, pitched an inning and inning and 2/3, giving up 3 hits and a run. As the 1-2 is chopped softly back to Ryan, he fields and will throw to first for the second out of the inning.
From Du Bois, Pennsylvania, the designated hitter, number 31, Nick Lebraska.
So Nick Lebraska will step to the plate with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. 1 run home already in the inning, thanks to a solo leadoff home run by Brian Knapp. 2 extremely hard-hit balls, and then a chopper by Lane Powell. Connor Ryan holds the glove in front of his face, and the first pitch to Nick Lebraska is taken outside for ball 1. Mentioned Connor Ryan pitches at Mercyhurst University. He got into 10 games this spring, started 6 of them, was 0-2, with a 6.52 ERA, giving up 38 hits in 29 innings, as Nick Lebraska will call time. So 29 innings for Connor Ryan, the native of Williamsville, New York. The 1-0 taken on the outside corner. Count evens at 1-1. 6.52 ERA, not exactly probably what Connor Ryan was hoping for this season, but he did keep the walks to a minimum, only 7 over 29 innings, and he did strike out 27. As the 1-1 is taken up high by Nick Lebraska, and the count's 2-1. Mentioned he got into one game on June, and he picked up the win despite giving up 3 hits in an inning and 2. The 2-1 misses, and it's 3-1 Nick Nebraska from Du Bois, Pennsylvania. Standout freshman at Youngstown State, and he awaits the 3-1 from Connor Ryan, and is taken low and outside, and the Red Wings have a 2-out base runner as Nick Nebraska walks.
From Springer, Delaware, third baseman number 9, Jared Gillis.
That'll bring up Jared Gillis, right-handed batter, stepping in with 2 outs. Off the plate, and it's 1-0 on the native of Smyrna, Delaware. Gillis 0 for 1 on the day, walked in the second and flew out to center in the third. Ryan comes set, and the 1-0 is swung on and missed. Good off-speed pitch had Gillis way out in front, as I don't think he was quite expecting an off-speed pitch there, and you can't really blame him in a 1-0 count after Ryan just walked Nebraska. But he gave him the off-speed, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is chopped slowly to third. Sterling Hayes has to come in, fields and throws, makes a beautiful play, and that will end the bottom of the 5th inning. So the Red Wings do get a run on the home run by Brian Knapp, but that is all they get. We go to the top of the 6th, 4-1 Jamestown. So we go to the top of the 6th inning at McDonough Park, and we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Red Wings. It's right-hander Brett Super, as he deals to Austin Parent, and the first pitch is taken for a ball outside. The 1-0 from Super is skied to left, and Nick Carnevale coming in a few steps, ranges under it, and he'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. So Chris Rubottom will come to the plate now.
Number 6, Chris Rubottom.
Rubottom 0 for 2 on the day, as this will be the first time he faces new pitcher Brett Super, and the first pitch is swung on and missed. A beautiful breaking ball there from Super. I suppose you could say it was a super breaking ball. I know my dad will appreciate that corny pun. The 0-1 breaking ball. This time, Rubottom lays off, and the count evens at 1-1. Brett Super, native of Newport Beach, California, pitches at Pomona Pitzer, Division III, the same school that his center fielder Brian Knapp goes to. So those two are very familiar with each other. The 1-1 is taken for strike 2, 1-2. As a freshman at Pomona Pitzer this spring, Super was 4-2 in 16 games. He started one of them and had 2 saves with a 5.71 ERA. The 1-2 taken outside check swing. Did he go? No, he did not, says first base umpire Leo Cintron. So the count evens at 2-2 to Rue-Bottom, the Jamestown Jammers team leader in stolen bases. Super from the windup. The 2-2 swung on and missed. Got him on a nasty breaking ball. And there are 2 outs in the top of the 6th.
Left fielder number 33, Josh Brimble.
So that'll turn the lineup over for the Jammers. And leadoff man Josh Bramble will come up for the 4th time. He is 0 for 2. He did have a walk in the first inning, but since the walk, he has grounded out and flied out. The first pitch to the 5'6" lefty. He is taken all the way, and it's off the plate outside, 1-0. Bramble from Harrison City, Pennsylvania, plays at Division I North Carolina Central. The 1-0. Swung on and skied to left, in foul territory. Third baseman, shortstop, and left fielder all converge, and his shortstop, Justin Etz, making an incredible running catch. So the Jamestown goes down in order off of new pitcher Brett Super, and we go to the bottom of the 6th, 4-1 Jammers at McDonough Park. So we go to the bottom of the 6th at McDonough Park, and a picture-perfect night here in Geneva, New York. 67 degrees as there is a pinkish-purple sunset retreating behind the trees in center field. If you're watching along on Red Wings TV, you might be able to see that, but the video feed just does not do it justice. Just a perfect night for baseball here in Geneva. Right-hander Connor Ryan will come out for his 2nd inning of work, and he will face 6, 7, 8 in the Red Wings order, starting with Nick Carnevale. The first pitch to Carnevale is taken outside, ball 1. Carnevale flew out to center in the 2nd, but he singled in the 4th and had a stolen base. That was his 2nd of the year. The 1-0 is taken on the outside corner for a strike, and the count evens at 1-1. Mentioned that stolen base Carnevale had in the 4th was his 2nd of the year. He is still yet to be caught, and he had 27 of them this spring at Brookdale Community College. The 1-1 is taken outside, 2-1. Carnevale, with 27 steals this past spring, was only caught twice. So he picks his spots well, and he has the wheels to back it up. as he hit 389 for the junior college, Brookdale Community College. The 2-1 from Connor Ryan. Strike two, and the count evens 2-2. Carnevale hit 389, 20 doubles, three triples, and a homer. He only struck out 11 times in 55 games. And he fights off a strikeout there by punching one up the middle. Rashad Stewart can't handle it, and Carnevale's speed is too much as he reaches. So Zach Miller will come to the plate now with the leadoff man on. That was officially ruled an E4 on Rashad Stewart, as Carnevale's speed was just too much after he bobbled that ground ball to second. So Zach Miller with a leadoff runner to work with here in the bottom of the sixth. Red Wings trail by 3, 4-1. Miller is 1 for 2 on the day, single in the second and struck out swinging in the fourth. Ryan checks Carnevale at first and delivers the first pitch, grounded up the middle, back to Ryan. He fields, throws to shortstop for 1, and on to first, a double play. So just like that, the leadoff runner is erased for Geneva, and there are 2 outs in the bottom of the sixth. So Justin Etz will come up with 2 outs in the bottom of the sixth, and the first pitch to him is taken for a called strike. That double play going down 1-6-3 if you're keeping score at home. Etz is 0 for 1. He walked back in the second and grounded out to short in the fourth. Looking to keep his 3-game hitting streak alive as he faces Connor Ryan in the bottom of the sixth. The 0-1 is taken, and it's 1-1. Ryan working very quickly from the windup. The 1-1 swung on and missed as the throw back to the mound is bounced, and he makes a nice short hop pick out on the mound after he just threw what looked to be a beautiful changeup to Justin Etz. And Etz is behind in the count 1-2. The 1-2 from Ryan bounced in the dirt, and the count evens at 2-2. Etz will be a senior this upcoming season at NJIT Division I school in the Atlantic Sun Conference, as the 2-2 to him swung on and missed, bounces away, and gets to the screen, 1-0. Lamb picked up his first hit against the Red Wings in the first inning. He was 0 for 4 with a strikeout in the first matchup between these two teams on June 3rd in Jamestown. The 1-0 taken at the knees, a called strike, 1-1. Aside from the first inning single, Lamb has walked in the second and grounded out to short in the fourth. Most of the Jamestown damage coming in the first 3 innings. The 1-1 fouled back and would have hit me in the face if there wasn't a net here. Looks like it might have dislodged the camera a little bit. I'll try to fix that when I get a chance here, as the count goes to 1-2 on Lamb, who plays his baseball at UTSA. The 1-2 is punched foul into the Red Wings bullpen down the right field line, and we'll do the 1-2 all over again. Lamb, as a freshman at UTSA, played 46 games. He started all 46 of them at shortstop and batted .289. 5 doubles, 5 triples. 1-2, and that got a piece of him. As Lamb is hit by the pitch, he will reach to lead off the top of the 7th, and that'll bring up Chase Kang. So to lead off man on for the Jammers in the top of the 7th as Lamb is hit by a pitch, and the number 3 hole in the order, Chase King, coming up now. First pitch from Super is taken outside, 1-0. King is 0 for 3 on the day, all 3 outs coming via the air. He popped out in the first to short, flew out in the third to center, and popped out to second baseman in the fourth. 1-0 is fouled off as he hits another ball in the air. This one will get out of McDonough Park, and the count's even at 1-1. The 2 and 3 hitters, as I was just talking about, Josh Lamb, both of them attend University of Texas San Antonio, and both of them as freshmen played in a lot of games. King registered 40 games, hitting .250. The 1-1 swung on and missed as King took a huge hack at that fastball from Brett Super, and that was power versus power, and Super was just too much for King to handle on that one. See what he comes back with here, as the count is now 1-2 on Chase King from Houston, Texas. King waving his bat in the direction of Brett Super, and now he will call time. As Super taking a second to get the sign, he looks in, now he has it from Zach Miller. And the 1-2 pitch, grounded to second. Good play by Jesse Hall, sliding to get to that one. He picks it up and throws to first. A great pick by Lane Powell. Just a great play on both ends by Jesse Hall to pick it, and then Lane Powell to pick it, as Jesse Hall has already had a handful of outstanding plays at second base for the Red Wings this season, and I know for a fact the pitchers appreciate that. So Josh Lamb will advance to second on the ground out to second, and that'll bring up the catcher Ben Lavorsi. Lamb dancing off second. The first pitch to Lavorsi is on the outside corner for strike 1. Lavorsi is 0 for 2 on the day, struck out swinging in the first, walked and scored in the third, and flew out to right field back in the 5th inning. Lamb off second, Super comes set, and the 0-1 swung on and missed. Good off-speed pitch, and Lavorsi was way out in front of that one. Lavorsi had hits in his first 2 contests of the year for the Jammers, went hitless in last night's 2-1 win over the Elmira Pioneers. He was 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Super trying to register another strikeout against him here. The 0-2 is taken high. Tried to climb the ladder with the fastball, but Lavorsi would not offer, and the count goes to 1-2. Josh Lamb, off second base, does have 2 stolen bases on the young season. Super gives him a look. He goes, and the pitch is fouled. Back and over the press box, bounces on the pavement outside McDonough Ballpark. And Lamb will have to go back to second. Lamb has 2 stolen bases for the Jammers. He only had 2 in 46 games at UTSA. But I mentioned the Jammers love to run. Second in the league with 21 stolen bases on the season. Super comes set, and the 1-2 to Lavorsi, taken outside with the fastball, and the count's even 2-2. Lavorsi, it seems like one of the few Jammers who does not have a stolen base on the year, although he is the catcher, so you have to cut him some slack. He has attempted one, and he was caught stealing. That was in his first game of the season, June 6th, against the Newark Pilots. Super comes set, gives Lamb a check, and the 2-2 is taken up high, and the count goes full, 3-2. Lavorsi, as a freshman at Division I St. Louis University, at .257, 3 doubles, a triple, and 4 RBIs. Did not have a home run, but did have a stolen base at St. Louis. Super comes set at the letters, and the payoff pitch, runner goes, it's outside, throw down to third, and they got him. Jake Lamb was off at the pitch, and he was out by a mile. Great throw by Zach Miller, as Jared Gillis had to reach up for that throw and come down and apply the tag. That's the only reason it was even semi-close, as that is a second out of the inning, as Lavorsi does reach on the walk, but Lamb erased on the caught stealing. So Sterling Hayes now, he is 2 for 3 on the day, 2 singles, and he looks at a first pitch breaking ball that just missed from Brett Super. Mentioned Hayes will be attending Vanderbilt University, as they are one of the top baseball schools in the entire country. And Hayes has shown he deserves to play there with his 2 rope base hits and then a beautiful play in the field just a couple innings ago as he takes the 1-0 down low for a ball. And the count's 2-0. The 2-0 from Super, and that one's drilled into center field. Knapp running back. He has a beat on it, and he will make the catch. So we go to the 7th inning stretch. 4-1 Jammers as they strand a base runner. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. Red Wings trail by 3 on Red Wings TV. So we go to the bottom of the 7th here at McDonough Park, as there was a rousing rendition of Sweet Caroline during the 7th inning stretch. Not quite as rowdy as it gets at, say, Fenway Park, but sounded like a good crowd, and they were into it. From where I sit up in the press box, I can't see any of the crowd, but it sounded pretty loud when they cut the music and let them sing along. So Jamestown leading 4-1. Bottom of the 7th, Connor Ryan, the Mercyhurst University student, back out for his 3rd inning of work. He will face 9-1-2 in the Geneva lineup. Trustin Riley being the man who will lead it off, and he looks at a first pitch fastball up high for ball 1. Riley looking to turn his game around tonight. He has 2 looking strikeouts, but that can all be forgotten if he can jumpstart a rally here in the bottom of the 7th as he takes the 1-0 pitch for a strike, and the count's 1-1. Connor Ryan working from the windup, and the 1-1. And that catches a part of the plate, and the count's 1-2 on Trustin Riley. Geneva wearing their all-white uniforms at home tonight. Jamestown with their navy roads with neon green trimming. The 1-2, and that got him. Drilled Trustin Riley as he throws the bat, and he will make his way down to first base. As that one was just a fastball right to, I think, the back, and I hope the back. It's where it might hurt the least, but in any event, he is at first base. And the Red Wings have a leadoff runner as the lineup will turn over for Brian Knapp, but not before a Jamestown mound visit. So Jamestown manager Anthony Varone has signaled to the bullpen, and that will be the end of the night for Connor Ryan as he departs. and he is responsible for the man on first, as number 21, Cameron Schmidt, is now in the game.
For the win from Redwood City, California, center fielder number 14, Ryan Knapp.
So Cameron Schmidt, the 6'2", 160-pound lefty from Coral Springs, Florida, is the new pitcher, and he will come on to face the lefty Brian Knapp, who homered in his previous at-bat. First pitch to Knapp is taken for a strike. The home run for Knapp was his second of the season. He hit one at home on June 2nd against Adirondack. The 0-1 to Knapp. Taken for a ball, and the count evens at 1-1. This is Schmidt's second appearance on the young season, and he has pitched an inning, and he has a 27 ERA. As the 1-1 to Knapp is taken for strike two. Knapp doesn't agree, but the count's 1-2. Schmidt pitched June 2nd at Elmira, pitched an inning, only gave up 2 hits, but he surrendered 5 walks, and he struck out all three outs. The 1-2. Grounded to second and bobbled by Rashad Stewart, picks it up and throws to first, and just out is Brian Knapp, according to first base umpire Leo Cintron. So Stewart bobbled it, stuck with it, threw out Knapp. Trustin Riley will advance to second on the play, as Jesse Hall will come to the plate. So all 3 outs Schmidt got on June 2nd at Elmira were via the strikeout, but he did give up 2 hits and 5 walks. First pitch is high and outside off the mitt of Ben Lavorsi, and that one will get away and allow Trustin Riley to advance to third. So Geneva with a runner on third and only 1 out, and Jesse Hall looking to cut into the 4-1 Jammers lead. Cameron Schmidt pitches at Nova Southeastern University, Division II in the Sunshine State Conference, as the 1-0 to Hall is taken for ball 2, 2-0. As a freshman, he was in 3 games with Nova Southeastern, 1 inning, 3 hits, and 4 walks. So the walks seem to be a problem, but not so far tonight for Schmidt. 2-0 is taken outside, and just as I say that, he falls behind Jesse Hall, 3-0. Hall is 0 for 3 on the day, grounded out to short, flew out to center, and flew out to left, as he has a 3-0 count here in the bottom of the 7th, runner on third. The 3-0 is taken up high, and it's a 4-pitch walk for Jesse Hall. So runners on the corners for Lane Powell, and Anthony Verone will take another trip out to the mound to meet with the pitcher. And it looks like we will have another pitching change. I will tell you who it is when we come back on Red Wings TV. Red Wings trail 4-1, bottom of the 7th. 1 out, runners on the corners. So the new pitcher for the Jamestown Jammers is number 9, right-hander Trevor Lloyd. He will be making his 4th appearance of the season. He is 0-0 with a 6.35 ERA. He has pitched 5 2/3 innings, only given up 2 hits, but he has allowed 4 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts in just 5 2/3 innings. So he's a strikeout pitcher, and he recorded 5 of them, 5 of the 6 outs in his 2-inning appearance June 4th against the Elmira Pioneers. So a short leash for Cameron Schmidt as he got the 1 out, did walk a man, and was taken out for Trevor Lloyd as he will come in to face Lane Powell. Runners on the corners, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Jamestown leading 4-1. First pitch to Powell is taken outside for ball 1. Lloyd, as a redshirt freshman at Tusculum College, Division II school, was 0-1 with a 6.58 ERA in 17 games. He did have 1 save. The 1-0 runner goes, and the pitch is skied into right. Right fielder Rubottom going back at the track, and he dropped it. It is a fair ball. He dropped the ball, rounding third, and coming home the throw to the plate is bobbled. The slide, and he is safe. Jesse Hall with an outstanding slide at home to avoid the tag from Ben Lavorsi. And just like that, a double from Lane Powell has cut the Jammers' lead to 4-3. Couldn't quite see if Chris Rubottom dropped that ball or it hit the wall. The advertisement where the ball landed is white, so the ball kind of disappears once it gets out there. But nonetheless, 2 runs come home as Jesse Hall was dead meat as the throw was coming in to catcher Ben Lavorsi, and he made a perfect slide to avoid the tag and score the 3rd run of the game as 2 runs coming home on that, and 1 still at second base in the form of Lane Powell as Nick Labraska will now dig in. The first pitch from Lloyd to Labraska is taken for a called strike. Labraska 1 for 2 on the day with a single, a strikeout, and a walk. Looking to tie the game here with Lane Powell on second base. The 0-1 is called strike 2 on the outside corner. Labraska doesn't like the call, and to be fair, Connor McKenzie hasn't given that call most of the night. In any case, it is 0-2 on Labraska. Bottom of the 7th, 4-3 Jamestown now. Lane Powell on second, 0-2 to Labraska. Low and outside in the dirt. Good take on the breaking ball, and the count's 1-2. Labraska 6'5", 245. Looking to put a hurt into this pitch. The 1-2 is ripped down the left field line and snagged by Sterling Hayes. He will throw to second as Lane Powell was caught off the base. And you can't really blame Lane Powell for that one as he was in no man's land and Sterling Hayes makes another outstanding play in the field. Double play ends the inning. We go to the top of the 8th, 4-3 Jamestown. So we go to the top of the 8th inning. Brett Super back out. He has been pitching very well, and he will face 6, 7, 8 in the Jamestown lineup after Lane Powell cut into the Jammers lead with a 2-run double in the bottom of the 7th. Jammers now on top 4-3. First pitch to Stewart is taken outside for ball 1. Stewart is 1 for 2 on the day, walked and scored in the 2nd, singled in the 3rd, and popped out to short in the 5th. The 1-0 is taken on the outside corner, and the count evens at 1-1. This is Stewart's 6th game of the year as a hitter, and he's also been in 2 games as a pitcher as well. The 1-1 bounces in the dirt and gets to the backstop, and the count's 2-1. Stewart now has a hit in 4 of the 5 games that he has played in, as the 2-1 from Super is on its way, and it is high and tight. Backs him off the plate. Stewart has a double, an RBI, and 4 stolen bases. And it seems like most players in the Jamestown lineup have at least a few stolen bases. 3-1 is taken right down the middle, and the count runs full at 3-2. Super from the windup, trying to keep this a 1-run ball game. The 3-2 swung on and missed. He got him on the fastball, and the first out of the inning is retired via the strikeout. And there's 1 out here in the top of the 8th. So Brandon Nania will come up, as the first pitch is taken for a strike. He doubled and scored in the 2nd, singled and was stranded in the 3rd, and then was called out on batter interference in the 5th inning, as Sterling Hayes was trying to steal and he leaned out over the plate. The 0-1 is taken outside, 1-1. It's a tough situation for a hitter that Nania was in, because the pitch was low and in, causing him to kind of leak out over the plate. But Zach Miller couldn't get the throw off, and as a result, Nania was called out. 1-1 is fouled off, and that will get out of McDonough Park, as Nania takes a walk around the plate, and he will reset himself in the left-handed batter's box with a 1-2 count from Brett Super, who has come on, and he has been super in this game. From the windup, the 1-2. Taken up high, tried to climb the ladder with the fastball, but Nania wasn't biting, and the count's even at 2-2. Nania played in every game for the Jammers so far. His double earlier was his 2nd of the year, as 2-2 is fouled off. Zach Miller, the catcher, got a piece of it and smacked his glove, thinking that he maybe should have hung on to it, but very tough foul ball there to hang on to, and the count stays at 2-2. Super peering in over his glove, and the 2-2. Tried to go to the breaking ball, and it just stayed up. 3-2. Nania has 11 strikeouts on the season. He does not have one yet tonight. And Super dealing, trying to change that. The 3-2. Low and in, and Nania reaches with a walk.
Designated hitter number 3, Austin Parent.
So 1 out, and now 1 on first for Austin Parent, the designated hitter this evening. He is 0 for 2. First pitch from Super is taken for strike 1. Parent walked and struck out and flew out. And I mentioned he hit .496 at Division III University of Pittsburgh Bradford. So an 0-fer is probably something he's not used to. The 0-1 bounced in the dirt. Great block by Zach Miller. He swallowed that breaking ball up. Had to go a good way to his right to get in front of it, and did a tremendous job keeping that one in front of him and keeping Brandon Nania at first base. Super comes set at the letters, and the 1-1 to Parent. Fouled back, and that one just gets over the net and will bounce out on the concourse here at McDonough Park, and it's 1-2. And the designated hitter from Gilbert, Arizona. Mentioned Parent's great stats at college. He came in hitting just .167 for the Jammers and 0 for 2 so far today. The 1-2 is skied to left field. Coming in is Carnevale, and he will have to play it on a hop. It bounced just in front of him, and that'll be a base hit for Austin Parent.
Right fielder number 6, Chris Rubottom.
So the number 9 hole in the order, Chris Rubottom, will come up as we will have a pinch runner.
Pinch running for Parent at first base. Number 1,
Alex O'Donnell will come in to run for Ryan Parent. Maybe looking for a little more speed on the bases, as Parent is a catcher. Tonight he is doing the designated hitting duties. But Alex O'Donnell, the infielder from Lockport, New York, will come on to pinch run. He does have 3 stolen bases on the year and had 8 as a junior at Mercyhurst University. So first and second runners, 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning for the Jammers. They're clinging to a 4-3 lead. It is Brandon Nania at second, and now Alex O'Donnell at first after Austin Parent singled and was replaced for the pinch runner. Chris Rubottom will face Brett Super. First pitch is taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Rubottom from Wofford College. Got into 11 contests as a freshman. The 0-1. Grounded to first, but hooking foul. And the count is quickly 0-2 on Rubottom, the right fielder from Long Beach, California. He is 0 for 3 on the day. Grounded out to short, grounded out to first, and struck out. And he's down 0-2 against Brett Super. The 0-2 pitch. Skied foul. And we'll do the 0-2 all over again. Rubottom came into this game hitting .350. He had been in 6 prior contests with the Jammers. Leads the team with 6 stolen bases, so a ground ball double play might be a little tough to come by as he does have some wheels. But right now, Super thinking about the strikeout, 0-2. And here it is. Swung on and missed. He got him with a fastball. He climbed the ladder on Rubottom, and there are 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. So that'll turn the lineup over, and left fielder Josh Bramall will come to the plate. It will be his 5th plate appearance of the night. He walked in the 1st, grounded out to short in the 2nd, flew out to center in the 4th, and popped out to shortstop in the 6th. Altogether an 0 for 3 day with a walk for the 5'6" outfielder. First pitch is taken for a ball, and the count's 1-0. Bramall leads the team in hits and RBIs. He is looking to add to those totals. The Red Wings and Brett Super looking to keep this a 4-3 game. The 1-0 taking all the way, and it's 1-1. So Super looking very good. This is just his 2nd appearance of the year. Came in with 2 innings pitched, had not allowed a hit, only 1 walk and 3 strikeouts, and he's been great so far tonight. He steps off the mound now prior to the 1-1 pitch, probably wanting to get a new sign from catcher Zach Miller. Now he has the one he wants. Comes set, and the 1-1 to Bramall. It's taken just down low. Zach Miller tried to bring that pitch up just a little bit, trying to make it look a little better than it was to home plate umpire Connor McKenzie, but McKenzie not fooled, and the count's 2-1. Super looking to get out of the jam. Comes set at the letters in the 2-1, taken just outside, and the count's 3-1 on the Jammers leadoff hitter, Josh Bramall. If Bramall were to reach, it would be Josh Lamb, the shortstop, that is on deck. The 3-1 from Super. Ripped to second and into the outfield for a base hit. Trustin Riley coming in on the ball. Runner being sent. Throw to the plate. And he is out. A great relay by the Geneva Red Wings. Trustin Riley to Lane Powell to Zach Miller. And they just cut down Brandon Nania on an absolutely perfect relay to keep this a 4-3 game. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 4-3 Jammers on Red Wings TV. So we go to the bottom of the 8th at McDonough Park. 4-3 Jammers on top. Trevor Lloyd back out to pitch the 8th inning. And an absolutely perfect relay throw ended the top of the 8th. And now we'll see if the Red Wings can build off that, as it looks like we might have some other changes coming here, as Alex O'Donnell came on to pinch run in the top of the 8th. We'll see if anything else has changed here for the Jammers. So Jared Gillis will lead off the bottom of the 8th inning. And the first pitch to him from Lloyd is fouled off. Got a piece of home plate umpire Connor McKenzie. So catcher Ben Lavorsi will take a walk out to the mound, talk to Trevor Lloyd, just give home plate umpire Connor McKenzie a second longer to shake that one off, as now they'll exchange baseballs, and we'll get set for the 0-1 to Jared Gillis. Gillis 0 for 2 on the day, did have a walk. The 0-1 is grounded to second and fielded and thrown on to first for out number 1. So Nick Carnevale will step in here with one out in the bottom of the 8th. That was Chris Rubottom who fielded that ground ball at second. He started the game in right field. So we have some changes. We'll try to figure them out for you as we go along. And the count is 1-1 on Nick Carnevale. 1-1 pitch is rip foul. First base coach and the first base umpire having to get out of the way of that one, as it's 1-2 on Nick Carnevale. The 1-2 pitch swung on and fouled back, and we'll do the 1-2 again. The 1-2 swung on and missed, and Lavorsi swallows up that breaking ball in the dirt and throw on to first for the second out of the inning. So Zach Miller will come up now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th, trying to provide some magic. As we see, it is Rain Pfeiffer, who is now in the game in right field. First pitch is a called strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 to Miller is in the dirt, 1-1. Miller is 1 for 3 on the day. He had a single in the second, struck out in the 4th, and grounded into a double play in the 5th, as he is trying to provide some 2-out late inning magic. And the 1-1 is fouled off, and that will get out of McDonough Park, and the count's 1-2 on Zach Miller. Trevor Lloyd looking to finish off the Red Wings in the bottom of the 8th. The 1-2. Taken called strike 3 on the outside corner. And the Red Wings go down in order in the 8th. We'll go to the top of the 9th. It's 4-3 Jamestown on Red Wings TV. So we go to the top of the ninth at McDonough Park. A new pitcher on the mound for Geneva. It's number 2, Joey Haas. It will be his third appearance. He is 1-0 with a 0 ERA. Inning and 2/3 pitch, 2 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts for the side-arming righty from Camden, Delaware. He'll come on to face 2, 3, 4 in the Jammers order, and the first pitch to Josh Lamb is a called strike. The 0-1 to Lamb. On the outside corner, just missed though, 1-1. Haas, a side-arming righty, looks like he's throwing very hard, and he pitches at Division I University of Delaware. The 1-1 to Lamb, breaking ball, and just missed, and it's 2-1. Crowd disagreeing with that call from home plate umpire Connor McKenzie, but to no avail, and it's 2-1 on the shortstop Josh Lamb. 2-1 is taken outside, and it's 3-1. Haas pitched twice for the Red Wings already this season. They were both at home, June 2nd against Adirondack, June 5th against Newark. As the 3-1 is chopped, he comes off the mound to field it, and he will throw a sidearm over to first for the first out of the inning.
Center fielder number 13, Chase King.
So Chase King will come up now with 1 out in the top of the ninth. Jammers still holding on to the 1-run lead, 4-3. As King will get his first look at the side-arming righty, Joey Haas. Haas got into 12 games at the University of Delaware this past spring, 2-1 with a 6.26 ERA. The first pitch to King is a breaking ball, and it buckled the knees of King, and it gets over for strike 1. Haas from Camden, Delaware played basketball and baseball at Polytech High School. The 0-1 is chopped down the first base line, but that'll kick foul as Haas will come over and kill it. And the count's 0-2 on center fielder Chase King, who is 0 for 4 on the day. Popped out to shortstop, flew out to center, popped out to second base, and grounded out to second base. Haas looking for the strikeout. 2 strikes with 1 out in the top of the ninth. The 0-2 pitch is fought off foul. Haas went back to the breaking ball, and King just got a piece of it to stay alive. In 27 1/3 innings with Delaware, Haas only gave up 29 hits, 23 runs, 19 of them earned, 17 walks, and 13 strikeouts. He did start 4 of his 12 appearances. The 0-2 is guide to third. Gillis moving over in foul territory, and he'll put it away for the second out of the inning as King is 0 for 5. So 2 outs in the top of the ninth, and cleanup batter Ben Lavorsi will come up. He is 0 for 2 on the day, struck out and flied out. He has walked twice and has scored one of the Jamestown runs. Haas looking for a clean inning. Retired the first 2 batters on a ground out and a pop out, and now faces Lavorsi. First pitch is taken off the outside corner for ball 1. Haas's last outing was at home against Newark on June 5th. He pitched an inning, and he faced 3 batters, struck 2 of them out. The 1-0 to Lavorsi swung on and missed as he came right at him with the fastball. As Haas looks like he can bring it. Comes from a low 3/4 sidearm angle, but it looks like he can run it up there as he's going right after these left-handed hitters in the Jamestown lineup. Comes set at the belt, and the 1-1 to Lavorsi is taken outside, 2-1. Haas picked up his lone win of the season in his last outing in a relief appearance against Newark. The 2-1 is taken away outside, and the count's 3-1 on Ben Lavorsi. if Lavorsi was to see another ball in this at-bat, it would be his third walk of the game. The 3-1 swung on and missed. Came right at him with the fastball on 3-1. And the count runs full, 3-2. Haas trying to get the third out, get the Red Wings back in so they can try to push at least a run across in the bottom of the ninth. Lavorsi from Minnetonka, Minnesota, St. Louis University baseball player, trying to do something about that. The 3-2 is taken outside, and Lavorsi has his third walk of the night.
Third baseman number 10, Sterling Hayes.
So a two-out base runner for the Jammers, and that will bring up Vanderbilt University signee Sterling Hayes, who has 2 hits at the plate and at least 2 great plays in the field at third base. The first pitch to him is taken on the inside corner for strike 1. Hayes coming into the game hitting .429, and with the 2-for-4 effort today will remain one of the top hitters for the Jammers, regardless of what he does in this at-bat. The 0-1 from Haas. Breaking ball on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Hayes doesn't like the call, but Haas is pitching him perfectly so far. Fastball in the inner half for strike 1, breaking ball in the outer half for strike 2. We'll see what he goes here on 0-2. Lavorsi off first, 2 outs, top of the ninth, and it's a breaking ball, and it must have just stayed inside as Haas and the rest of his Red Wing teammates were ready to walk off the field. But home plate umpire Connor McKenzie called that one a ball, and the at-bat stays alive with a 1-2 count. Haas coming set at the belt, and then the 1-2 chopped right back to him. He will come in and field and take his time with the throw to first, and that'll do it for the top of the ninth. We go to the bottom of the ninth. The Red Wings need 1. They are trailing 4-3 on Red Wings TV. So we go to the bottom of the ninth here at McDonough Park. Red Wings need a run. They trail 4-3, and if they do it, they will have to do it off of new pitcher, right-hander J.J. Dunn. the right-hander from Amherst, New Hampshire, will come on to make his 5th appearance of the season. He has allowed just 1 run. It was unearned. And that came against the Red Wings back on June 3rd. Justin Etz will lead off and take a first pitch ball outside. Dunn, I mentioned, has worked in 4 games, 4 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 7 Ks. The only run he surrendered came against Geneva on June 3rd. He gave up 2 hits in that outing, 2 of the 3 hits he's given up on the year, as the 1-0 is taken on the outside corner for strike 1. So 8-9-1 for the Red Wings, as they're trying to get a run to extend this game or win it, as the 1-1 is fouled back into the screen by Justin Etz, and it's 1-2. Dunn pitches at St. Anselm College, Division II, and as a junior, he started 11 games, 6-4, 3.32 ERA, 65 innings, 58 hits, 32 walks, and 38 strikeouts. But a little different role for Dunn as he has come on to try to close this game for the Jammers, as he has Justin Etz 1-2 to lead off the bottom of the 9th. And here it comes. Outside, off the mitt of Ben Lavorsi, and that will kick to the backstop and even the count at 2-2. Etz is 0 for 2 on the day. He walked in the second, grounded out, and struck out in his next 2 at-bats, but no better time for his first hit than now. The 2-2 is grounded up the middle, and Dunn gets a glove on it. He will walk it half the way to first and underhand it the rest of the way, and there's 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. So as you may have heard, we have a pinch hitter for Trustin Riley. It will be number 26, Langston Livingston. Coming into this game, he started the first 6 games of the year for Geneva, got the night off tonight until now. Came in hitting .455 with a double. He has a hit in each of his 6 games he has played this year, including 3 against Newark on June 5th and 3 against Adirondack on June 1st. The first pitch from Dunn to Livingston is a breaking ball for strike 1. So the 6'3", 195-pound outfielder from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, looking to create some late inning magic as he takes a swing at the 0-1 offering and chops it foul. As that one again got a piece of home plate umpire Connor McKenzie. He is taking a beating tonight behind the plate. Seems like every foul ball has gotten a piece of him in one way or the other. And catcher Ben Lavorsi will take a walk out to talk to pitcher J.J. Dunn. Give Connor McKenzie a little more time, as hopefully they have the ice packs ready for him after the game, because he has just gotten it from all angles. And it looks like that last one may have gotten him up in the throat area, so hopefully he is okay, as Livingston will dig back in. The count 0-2 with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Jammers lead by 1. J.J. Dunn coming set, and the 0-2 to Livingston. Grounded foul down the third base line, and we'll do the 0-2 again. Mentioned Livingston with a hit in all 6 games he's played. He has 10 hits on the year. He also has 5 walks. On base percentage sitting at .586. The 0-2 is grounded up the middle. Josh Lamb comes over, makes a nice play, and throws on to first for out number 2. Good play there by Josh Lamb to come to his left, cut that ball off, and make a strong throw to get the speedy Livingston. So the Red Wings are down to their final out. Everyone here hoping Brian Knapp can repeat what he did in the 5th inning and hit a solo home run, because that would tie the game with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th as he faces J.J. Dunn. First pitch is taken for a strike, and it's 0-1. Aside from the home run, Knapp has grounded out twice and flied out. The 0-1 from J.J. Dunn. Chopped foul right off Knapp at the plate, and the Red Wings are down to their final strike. Knapp digs back in after fouling the ball off himself. Dunn gets the sign and he comes set. The 0-2 to Brian Knapp. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. The Jammers will take this one 4-3. They will improve to 7-1 on the season and will have taken both games they have played against the Red Wings. The Red Wings fall to 4-3 on the young season. Next up for the Red Wings tomorrow, they will host the Elmira Pioneers at 4 o'clock. We hope to see you out here at McDonough Park, or if you can't make it, to tune in to Red Wings TV, as I will have the call for that one as well. So Jammers win 4-3, and until tomorrow, Evan Carr signing off, Red Wings TV.